Honest J. Nowak. Coming at you live. Alright. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome to some more good old HJN for all of y'all. So, we got ourselves number 798, which revolves around the process known as bankruptcy. And yeah, some of y'all probably knew this was coming because I like to talk a lot about personal financing. It's a pretty big deal for the most part. To have to deal with a lot of things out there, like the stock market and its current conditions by today's standards, to talk about taxes, to talk about insurance rates, to talk about these vital forms that everybody wants you to work on every single year. There's a reason why they put the pressure on you for all of this stuff as it is. There's a reason why they intend to ensure that you follow through with all of this. And that's because you'd rather not end up bankrupt, or even worse, end up behind bars because you committed fraud. And there are a lot of reasons out there why I myself would rather stick to every single strategy point that I have, go with the flow. But there's really a lot of things that I will go ahead and talk about when it comes to bankruptcy in general, because when you look at it, I have no idea how many more companies are going to simply bite the dust after following with all of this that's basically happened. A necessary close down of all businesses across the world last March was probably the best thing that could have ever happened. We were practically drifting away from each other as a society, as a civilized organization of humanity. And yet, we're pretty much back together, trying to pretend that none of that stuff even happened. That's what's awful about this year in contrast to what happened last year. We'd rather be stuck in our own homes with our own families than just do the complete opposite, to just drift apart from each other, have a good social life out there. Is what I intend to do with millions of people out there. And yet, when you really look at it, there are still hundreds of videos out there claiming 2020 is the worst year of all time. That's a complete lie, guys. Deal with the facts. This is the worst year of all time, not 2020. You idiots! Man! I can't even take it anymore, man. Seriously. Oh, man. Oh, man. Gosh, that was intense. Anyways, when it comes to bankruptcy as a whole, I myself know for a fact that if you're very familiar with a lot of shows out there, then you might have heard about the process known as Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And that's because when it comes to bankruptcy as a whole, there are in fact 11 chapters in total. 11 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And there's a reason for it, because all the others have a pretty big underlying factor into them. I could spend all day talking about all this, but man, that was just crazy right there. And I'm not even joking anymore. I mean, there's just no other way to say this. But man, any way you look at it, it's still one of the worst things you could probably end up in. If you've ever played Monopoly, then well, it's pretty much no different. Having a bankruptcy in that game would be much like in real life. You'd feel the same pretty much. Just knowing the fact that it's fake though, makes it so you don't have as much of a severe reaction as you would do when having an IRL sort of bankruptcy event like that. Well, you know what? Oh man, I feel so stressed out. I need to calm myself down. So if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.